Good morning, students. And I would like to bring to your notice that in page 178 of our study material, there's a typographical error. Error of omission, we call in accounting, right? So this is an error of omission. This is a problem 6.16. Calculate labor variances from the following data. These are the particulars and these are the details for standard operation, and this is the actual operation. Okay, output in units, standard units are 2000, but actually 2500 units are produced. Number of workers employed, standard is 50 men, but actually 60 men were employed. Number of working days in a month, 20 is the standard number of days in a month, and 22 is actually spent, okay, spent by the workman. Average wage per man per month is 280 standard and 230 is actual. Okay, the average wage is less than the standard wage. Right. Now, if you want to calculate, this is the total wage per month. And if you want to calculate per day, 280,000 by 20 days gives you the wage, 14. Okay, 2,14,000 is the wage rate, right? Per day. Or 1,400 is the wage rate per day. Okay. So let's say, you can just avoid the zeros. 280 by 20 gives you 14. Just don't get into too much of confusion. 280 by 20 is 14. Actually, the wage per day is 230 total, and you have made the workers to work for 22 days in a month. So therefore, per day, how much it is costing? 230 by 22 is equal to 15. Okay, 230 by 22 is 15. Right. So, you can go on like this. The confusion which error of commission, error of omission, what I said is, this is the problem. Look at this. This is the problem in the question paper. And in your study material, there should have been a side heading here somewhere, solution. The solution is starting from here. Okay. Now, this is the data given. Then you have to start the solution. So the solution is starting from here. What is the standard? He has given the total wage. Okay. Average wage. And number of, this is total wages for the month. And how many days in a month you're working? 20 days. So per day, 280 by 20, standard wage rate per day is 14, which you have calculated. Likewise, actual wage per day is calculated by you, 330 by 22, which is 15 rupees. Okay. Now, standard man days for an output of 2000 is 50 into 20. 50 into 20. Standard man days. Okay, number of workers employed, 50 people. Okay, and 20 days, these 50 people are working. The man days are 1000. The standard man days are 1000. Okay, but the actual output is more than the standard. Therefore, you have to rewrite this. You have to revise this. Okay, how? The standard man days for actual output you have to calculate. The standard man days or standard time for actual output you have to calculate. Listen again. Standard man days or standard time for actual output minus actual time you have to calculate, which gives you labor efficiency ratio. So to revise this, what you had to do is 1000 is the standard man days. Okay. By 2000 is the total output into actual output of 2500. Okay. The time spent 1000 by for an output standard output of 2000 into the actual output of 2500. Time spent by standard output into actual output simply gives you standard man days for actual output. Standard man days for actual output, which is 1250. Now, let's check the equations which I think I have earlier told you. Labor rate variance is equal to labor rate variance. Labor rate variance. You know, the variance is calculated in the rate. Okay, the difference is taken. Standard rate minus actual rate multiplied with the actual time spent by the employee. Okay, man. The actual time spent by the man is 1320. The actual time spent by the man is 1320 into 14 minus 15. 14 minus 15. Okay, 14 minus 15 is your variance, difference between standard rate and actual rate. Actual time is, actual time is 1320. Actual time is 1320. Right? Actual time is 1320. The variance that you calculate is 1320 adverse. 1320 minus 1 is equal to 1320 adverse because it 14 minus 15 we are calling. So therefore minus 1 into 1320. Okay, it's an adverse variance. Okay. Likewise, labor efficiency variance, standard rate. The rate is standard rate. You're taking out the rate 14 into 1250 minus 1320. Standard time minus actual time. You know, standard time minus actual time. You know, actual time is this, right? Actual time is this. So you may be wondering how you got this. I didn't just give you this. I just missed to give you this calculation. How did you get this 1320? 1320. 60 into 22 gives you 1320. Where is the 60 into 22? 60 into 22 gives you this 1320, right? So 14 into 1250, which is calculated already. What is that? Standard time for actual output. Standard time for actual output 1250 minus actual time for actual output, that is 1320, gives you 14 into minus 70. You know, this is a negative figure, right? 1250 minus 1320, it is minus 70. So it gives you 980 minus 980. You can call it 980 adverse. 980 adverse. If it is positive figure, you can say 980 favorable. Here also, if it is positive, if it would have been positive, you could have called it 1320 favorable. But now it is a negative value. Therefore, it is an adverse variance. Let's come to the labor cost variance. The total of labor rate variance and the labor efficiency variance put together is labor cost variance. Look at this. Labor rate variance plus labor efficiency variance is equal to minus 1320 plus minus 980 gives you 2300. This is minus and this is minus. So, okay, minus plus minus is third plus. Okay, so rupees 2300 is the adverse variance. Labor cost variance is adverse. Labor cost variance is equal to labor rate variance, which is this. labor plus labor efficiency variance, which is this. Fine. So with this, I think I have diffused a bit confusion here in page number 178 of your study material, which is supplied to you. Any doubts in this, you do disturb me or message me in the WhatsApp.